I'm 28 and I'm over being single. I want to share my life with somebody and I'm almost willing to try anything to find myself a decent guy.
Hi, I'm Theo, former advice vlogger and long-term relationshipper living in Cape Town, South Africa. This is a podcast about finding love in a world that can sometimes be pretty lonely. My friend Kim Gray changed her relationship status to single 6 years ago and is looking for the man of her dreams. So we're on a journey to figure out what it actually takes these days to find that special somebody.
Yay!
Each episode will dive into different aspects of love and dating, and Kim will try things she's never done before as a single woman, with tell-alls to follow in the next episode.
A quick FYI, this show isn't for youngsters or sensitive listeners.
Dum dum dum.
Dum 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 dum.
Cool. I mean, in theory, Kim, you really should have found a guy a long time ago. I mean, you're pretty, but still down to earth, you're sporty and adventurous, and you're damn successful. And you've also got this sober confidence now that I have to sip a lot of wine for. I have my glass right here. Me, on the other hand, I'm rather complex, and I've got a bunch of chihuahuas, and I don't know, I'm just like a little bit awkward.
But we love you anyways. And you've also ended up with a dreamy guy. I mean, he's outdoorsy, ambitious, and even loves to cook for you.
He's amazing. He's really amazing at cooking. So Kim, you're going to take your dating life to a whole new level to see if you can actually crack the formula to meeting the right guy. From dating apps to cold calling investment bankers, I know that was your choice.
Yes.
And I mean, we haven't really thought much further than that, but really the sky's the limit.
I think we're going to embark on such an adventure together. I mean, you've been in a relationship for 6 years.
6 years? My God, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, I'm actually just here mainly for the gossip. So I'm just going to sit here and like live vicariously through you and, you know, judge you and judge the guys and just
Great.
have a
I
great
love
time.
that. I'm going to really share everything with you because, like, what does dating even look like in the modern day world? I'm really, like, open to dating across the spectrum with an open heart, an open mind. This means, like, disregarding any age, religious, or even divorcee biases. For me, I generally, like, pass them off, but maybe I shouldn't. Is love really about fate and timing? Or can you take that possibility and put it in your hands and empower yourself to get what you want and deserve at the end of the day?
Right. So I feel like we should start.
We have started.
I'm just going to sip my wine and get a little bit more tipsy.
I love that you said, like, we don't know what's happening next. Everyone's so focused on the destination, and I think it's so important to enjoy the journey.
And you never know what's going to happen next with dating. I mean,
that.
you're always like, you never know, it could be around the corner. I mean, I used to always just think, you know, okay, the next corner that I turn, there's going to be some guy that's going to pick up something that I dropped. You know, that's what you're always hoping for. Okay. So our theme is obviously what the fuck happened on The Bachelor. I'm really excited to hear about it. I also think we need to just address the fact that you can't actually say everything, but you can tell us most things and we can try and like squeeze it out of you, because I know that you're like under strict contract or something, which is totally bullshit because it's all over now and you never got paid a cent. Am I allowed to say that?
You win love, babe. That's the ultimate thing to win. I feel like I've been living like this fantasy world, which I'm totally keen for, like a Prince Charming fairy tale kind of story, but I don't want to win love. I want it to be like genuine. Before we get into it, I feel like now we need to tell people a little bit about us.
Yeah, like why are we sitting here? Well, this is so weird. We're just sitting here talking like as if we know each other, because we actually do, but we kind of haven't known each other for a while.
We've had like a season, like a breaking season. Like we had many seasons together and then life happened and then we're back for a season.
Yeah. The two of us had a great time in high school together. We were 1 year apart and we were both on the water polo team. And the funniest thing about that water polo team was that it was co-ed.
I loved our co-ed water polo team.
I mean, we were only on it for one reason.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, I did take one of the guys to my metric dance.
Well, there we are. It worked out for you.
Water polo guys had great bodies back then.
Do you think they ever dunked us, or were they always just like swimming past us? Because it would be really rude to dunk a girl, right?
A few hands did pass my fuzzy, and I was like, do you think he's trying to dunk you, or do you think he's trying to get into your pants?
Oh my gosh.
Did you have the same experience?
I don't know. If I did, I had to obviously be quiet about it because I had a very strict boyfriend back then. But we can get into that in some other episode. So, The Bachelor. I need to just go straight out with this.
Q&A.
Why the hell did you go on The Bachelor?
I'm kind of like into universal timing. I saw a big sign in Joburg that said, "The Bachelor, apply here now." And I just got like this whim in me. And I mean, I've been watching The Bachelor.
Can we just ask, did you become desperate?
I don't think it was desperate. I think it was like just about getting off the hamster wheel of life. And then you get so caught up in your Monday to Sunday. This is the perfect breakaway, escape into like this fantasy, like fairy tale dream.
And then you got in. I mean, like, kudos to you. I'm sure so many people applied, and I've heard that it's quite a hectic process.
The first application, I was like, oh, you know, just pop it in there. If you don't go hook, line, and sinker, you might never get anything. And each kind of interview process went on, and I kept getting in, and I was like, well, this is so strange. And then when they first did my first telephonic call, I was like, oh, I definitely screwed that up. And I was like, oh, I kept beating myself up about it. I was like, you idiots. And it turned out in my favor.
Yeah, they just love your quirkiness, I feel.
I was speaking about yoni massages. These people were like, what even is that? Like, this energy, that energy. And they're like, whoa.
Yeah, I really enjoyed your character, I must say. Like, it definitely stood out for me. You have to have a certain character to get onto a reality show. That's a given. I mean, you can't just, like, get on if you're just a mediocre human, like maybe me.
I feel like we all are mediocre humans. It's just like how you tell your story,
well, you definitely played it up a bit, because I feel like when I speak to you, I don't feel like you're going to be like, oh my God, your energy, you know? You're just normal, and we just talk about things, and you just want to have sex, you know?
Oh, yeah, I think we all just want to have sex at the end of the day.
Anyway, you got onto The Bachelor. What the fuck? That's crazy. And then, of course, you had to go and live inside this house with these women for a while. What was that like?
Listen, I went in there and I was like, if I have the strategy to make friends, I can't lose anything. I can only gain from the experience. And walking into that show, it was like going back to school, and I actually loved school. Waking up to all your girlfriends living in the same house is such a joy. So I really loved it, like the unity of the females in the house, and I think it almost played to Lee's disadvantage.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you guys were all having so much fun amongst each other, you couldn't even like be bothered.
I think you go into it with wanting to experience something. You never know what that's going to be. You never know if there's going to be chemistry. I mean, I think that's one of the things I learned in the show, is that chemistry can't be created. You can't even think yourself that there's chemistry. It's either there or it's not. And you kind of realize that on the first meeting. When I was in the limo and I got out and I saw Lee, I was obviously super excited, but with nerves. You in this very awkward setup. I've never been on camera before. So you walk up and you have like these lines played in your head, like what's your opening liner, and you're going to use it. But you also forget that he's also human and he's going to respond. So I walked in there thinking like, this guy's not going to respond. I'm just going to say what I need to say and walk off, and I'll greet him in like the lounge. It took me a while to understand whether there was chemistry or if it was just pure adrenaline and excitement. He's not my typical kind of looking guy. I don't think I actually have a type, so I was open to the possibility. There was no chemistry.
Okay, and I think we're like, it was a roundabout way. You just want to say like, when you saw me, like, okay, I don't know, I was
like, I'll feel this out.
I'll hang in here, you know, I've got this farm in this very pretty dress. I'm not going to quit now.
You know that it's an experience, a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I think a lot of girls give up a lot to go on there. I know I did.
You stopped working for a bit.
Everyone either quits their jobs because no employer is going to let you go off for like 2 months to
try and like woo a bachelor.
I actually closed down my company afterwards. Just kind of pick up and start again. But it's to say that you've done a cool experience in your life.
Yeah. So can we just be honest, in like one word, what did you actually think of Lee?
I was like, hello, dude.
Okay, that's more than one word. It's fine. You can go with the sentence. I feel like one word is probably a bit hectic.
I was like, hello, dude, where's your personality, please? When I was applying for The Bachelor, I was like, I just want to not be the big spoon for a change. I just want to be the small spoon. So I think his height was exciting for me.
Yeah.
I wish there was more excitement. I think he relies on his looks a lot.
I just think it's all very strange, and I'm amazed that you went on it. I really am.
I think it was awkward for him, for all the girls. We're all in the same experience together. And I think everyone went in there to go find love.
Really? I mean...
No, I swear, actually, all the girls I spoke to, we honestly, I don't know if we were naive or what, but like, we honestly believed that we all stood an equal possibility of finding Prince Charming on that show. And Lee could have been Prince Charming.
I think it's quite beautiful, actually, because that changes things for me, because when I watched it, I was like, oh, I mean, this is all just like a hoax. Everyone's here just to, I don't know, play fun at this. I'm sure you guys are all, when the cameras stop, you're all like, oh, cool, let's go home, you know? But maybe apparently it's real, which is really interesting. Can I just side note to that one part in The Bachelor where you had to go and do all sorts of things like jumping on jumpy castles and like into water, and anyway, it was very athletic, and I knew, and I had to like stop what was going on in the flat because I was like, and I know Kim is gonna win this, and now she's gonna get to go on a date with him, and like this is a really good episode, and you won this date, and you guys bride, and then I think someone burnt the meat. What happened there?
So the date came and I had to quickly like turn from a swamp donkey into a glam queen.
Did you have any hair and makeup?
No, it's DIY, babes. So that was all me.
South African budget. Okay, so you had to do it all yourself. That's quite crazy. And you looked amazing for somebody who had to just quickly go and like jump into a portaloo. How did that work?
So you actually have to pack a bag, and like for some reason I had like this moment and I was like, oh, this is amazing skirt that I bought with me. I don't know, I just felt like wearing it that day.
Thank God. And I think it probably brought on that smooch that you guys had.
Potentially. I mean, I wasn't wearing much.
How was that kiss for you?
So I didn't really see it coming. We had like good conversation, and I generally have good conversation with most guys I end up talking to. I think you can't, one thing with a bachelor, you can't be like, okay, I'm tired now, I want to go to bed, or like, I'm out, I'm going to ninja bomb. You actually have to kind of commit and stick into it. So we had good conversation, and he did pull into me, and I kind of like saw it coming, and I was like, okay, cool, let's just flow with this. And in my head at that time, I was like, this could be a moment where I can fully decide whether this is something that I'm prepared to just really get into. Maybe there is chemistry and I just haven't been seeing it, or this will be the moment that I decide that this guy's not for me. And after that kiss, I kind of knew that there was no chemistry, there was no butterflies in my stomach. If he was lost in my life, or if I did something to offend him, I wouldn't be that bothered, and that was not a good feeling.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I mean, going onto the show, I wanted to fall in love. I was looking for a fairy tale. You forget that you're on a show. You completely forget.
So I feel like this episode needs to end with a bang, and I feel like we need to do something outrageous. I know you mentioned that you don't like going to bars to pick up guys, but there is a bar quite close to me.
But I'm keen to go give it a bash. I haven't been out to a bar for a while, so it's like almost like a new playing ground for me.
So let's just go with an open mind. I'm going to sit there. I think I'm going to have to take this frumpy jersey off. I'm going to just like be that girl that goes, I have a boyfriend, but she's available. It's almost like it's your bachelorette party and you need to go and get points. One of the things that's going to bring you the most points is if you get a guy's number and you ask them on a date. So that's what we're going to do. I'm very nervous. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, do I have to put lipstick on? Like,
I'm so ready.
Okay, shit. I'm going to have to go and look in my cupboard. And these dogs, they're going to be alone. They're going to be so upset. Okay, no, I mustn't think about the dogs. So what we're going to do is just go there and have fun. And I might just record on my phone if anything happens. Or if something happens and then we want to talk about it, we'll just do a little voice recording, that kind of thing. But we want to try and give you as much exposure to the situation as we can, but we also want to obviously not make it too weird. So let's see how it goes. I think we need to give ourselves a time limit of like an hour and a half, because I need to get to bed.
That's a good idea. I like time limits.
So let's try. I'm gonna get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready.
Okay,
cool. We need to sit at the bar or somewhere where people can see us. I wish those guys opposite who have taken some interest weren't that slimy.
I know, I feel the same. It's like really like digging into the bottom of the barrel, and like, I don't know, it's quite gut-wrenching to go there, you know?
I feel like it would physically hurt if you had to go up there and be like, hi, you know? But maybe you need to like
I mean, the reality is, I don't think there would ever be a second date going on there.
Well, the thing is, we don't know, and that's what the point of this podcast is that, like, you're meant to break down these pre-constructs that you've created for yourself that are like, this person is not my type, or whatever, and you've, like, restricted yourself in a sense, well, we all have, from certain guys, and, like, maybe that's the reason why it's hard to find love in the city, because we have all these, like, boundaries that we've created, and I don't know. Okay, quick bathroom break just to get you up to speed. We decided that nothing was going on at the bar and we got a bit bored, so we're going to head outside and hang around with the smokers. People are a little bit more friendly, talkative when they're smoking. That's the kind of thing you have to deal with in Cape Town. Like, people just don't talk to each other very easily. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to keep it rolling.
You guys are too friendly. What's happening here? You're not going to rob me or something. Usually girls are so like... What are you guys drinking? Do you want to be wild? I'll order the Uber and we go to town somewhere, Shimmy Beach or something. I'm just feeling spontaneous right now. It's up to you. I mean, if you're not working tomorrow, fucking do it. You know, I am from Durban.
That's cool. That's really, are you friendly?
Maybe.
Generally, Cape Town guys are not so friendly.
Really? So are you doing it? Are we going to town?
Well, we just ordered a pizza, so we're going to need to...
You're gorgeous. Number one. You're like fucking amazing. You're like one of the cutest chicks I saw here. Now, you talking to me, something fucking is wrong. Well, I'll be straight up. Would you like to go for a date tomorrow for sushi?
Are you being serious?
Yes, I'll take you for all you can eat sushi tomorrow.
Okay, I'm always keen for a pig out.
Are you keen?
Yeah.
It was your idea to go and sit outside by the smokers because they're more friendly. And what do you know? You have a date for tomorrow. A sushi date. And he seems really cool, really open. Yeah, I mean, how are you feeling about it?
I like that it's a lunch date. It's quite like nice and sobering.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all you can eat sushi is a good vibe. And he's a doctor, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, that is the plus side. I mean, imagine he was, I don't know, a bum. Well, I'm very excited. It's been a lovely evening.
Yay! Awesome.
I had so much fun with you. I better go home to my dogs who are calling me and my bed that will be empty because Andrew is away. Good night.
So I've already received the first phone call. Well, I'm just going to call him back because I missed it.
Hey, I just want to check if this number's real, right?
Oh yeah, my number's real, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm so used to being ghosted. Sorry, man. I'll just be careful. Let me know when you're home.
Thank
I'll chat to when
you.
you're home.
Okay, cool beans.
Cool.
Ciao, bye.
Later. Bye.